She says it was a mistake, and she really loves me and wants to be with me. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to do a story titled, Wife Cheated for 6 Months, and a shout out to Simon for sending this story. And guys, this story is about a husband and father. He's been married to his wife for 10 years, 9-year-old daughter, thought he had a good, happy life, until, well, guess what? His wife has proven to be a giant a-hole. And this guy completely kicks her out of the house. She's out of there after she's pushed him too far. And what might that be? Well, obviously the cheating. But you're going to see in the story, guys, all the red flags and signs were there. And he really tried to give her the benefit of the doubt initially, but then it was too much. But yet, he gives her a second chance, and she goes right back into her old ways, thinking that the coast is clear. Now, I'm going to make the point, guys, that once a cheater, always a cheater. And you start seeing signs, and you got the proof, goodbye, it's over. And obviously, it's very hard if you're married, and even harder if you have a child or children, but it's not going to work, and they keep doing this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's never too late. Kick them out, move on, and start over. So it starts off, says here, hello. I'll try to keep this short, but I doubt it. I've been with my wife for 10 beautiful years. I mean, we've had our ups and downs, but we've always managed to get through it. We also have a beautiful 9-year-old daughter, and 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with a weird arthritis that when I had gone to the doctors, I received no answer to what was going on with me. Medicine after different medicine, nothing worked to help me out. I was unable to get out of bed or even walk because the pain was unbearable. Holy crap, it's terrible. Well, notice something here. I'm sure a lot of you guys will have picked up on this already. Okay, he's going through hard times. He's in pain. He can't leave his bed. And watch what happens. About 3 months ago, my wife gave my daughter her old iPhone to play games on, which was still linked to her Apple account. So one night, I started browsing her photo gallery because she has so many pictures of my daughter. And in the gallery, there was a hidden album. Hidden album, huh? Gee, what could be there? So I was like, okay, what is this? I knew her password, and when I opened it, there were pictures of another man in bed. In a secret folder, huh? Oh, it must have been a coincidence. I guess it just came with the phone. This was at 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody was sleeping, and my heart was racing. I couldn't believe she had another man on her phone. So I wake her up and ask her, who is this? Hey, I'd wake her up too. She said, oh, it's a coworker of mine. A coworker of mine sent me the photos of a guy she was messing with, and she wanted me to see him. I was skeptical, but I believed her because I trusted her. Smack! What? She had a secret folder, right, that she created, and that dude was in there? What else was in there, I might add? I'm curious about that. All she had to do is, if her friend was texting her, is just see the picture in the text. She obviously took the time to download the picture, put it in that specific folder, and hide it. Come on here. But he doesn't want to believe that she's doing anything. Well, the following weeks, I became suspicious and started checking her Apple Watch because she charges it on the kitchen table, and she guards her phone with her life. Well, that's a sign. I see that she's texting somebody kissy faces and hearts, calling each other mommy and poppy. She even told him about some chicken stew that she had made the night before, and I didn't say anything until the next morning when she woke up and left the phone on the bed. Mommy and Poppy. He texted her saying that he called out of work. That's when I confronted her on who was he and why is she texting him at strange hours of the night. Gee, I wonder, is it the same guy that was laying in the bed? Huh. Bro, red flags. Guarding the phone, all this, something's up. She said he's just a coworker who works overnight. That's why he texts so late. He shouldn't be texting. I ask why all the lovey-dovey conversations, but I never get a response from her. Well, her silence says everything. Until 20 minutes later, and she says he's gay and doesn't want anybody to know. I don't know this person, and he doesn't know me, so what difference does it make? I always say that so-called friend, the friend is gay. So don't worry about him. Yeah, sure. Well, a couple days pass. I glance at her phone, and I see that she has 9 messages on WhatsApp. Why isn't he already kicking her out at this point? Creepy, I know, but while she was asleep, I downloaded the WhatsApp on my daughter's phone and got the code from her phone and accessed her account. That is creepy. Why don't you do it on your phone? Well, I scrolled through the messages to her sister from November 2024 and found all the answers to my questions. She asked her if she had a phone to sell because she needed things to hide. Then she goes on to tell her sister that she has a lover, that she slept with him for the first time, and did not feel guilty. Apparently her lover is bigger than me and lasts longer. That's it. That's the reason she's ruining the marriage, because he's bigger and lasts longer. And of course, the sister knows. There's always a sister or BFF that knows this shit. Well, that's all I use. All I do is use her to cook, clean, pick up prescription medication, and go to doctor's appointments. All while I'm in pain every day, worrying about trying to get better and work so the bills can be taken care of. And her sister tells her she has every right to feel that way and do what she did, enabling her behavior. Nobody asked me how I felt, thinking everybody was fine between us. Right. Instead of her saying to him, obviously, things she's upset about, or, because God forbid she's cooking and cleaning, going to CVS and picking medicine, she's going to go cheat on this guy. I have a hard time believing this isn't her first rodeo. She's always been a cheater. But boom, he's injured, bed-stricken for a while. And here we go. It's amazing. But once again, I confront her. This time she tells me she's so sorry. It was a mistake. That she really loves me and wants to be with me. Yeah, I can tell. I tell her, no, you don't, because if you really did love me, you wouldn't have done what you did. You thought about yourself and didn't think of me or our daughter. She says she will do anything to gain my trust. All this stuff from the Hobag Handbook. It's amazing. They all consult something and say the same things. She wants her phone number changed so nobody will ever contact her. I say fine. I call Metro in that exact moment and change her phone number. I thought she was taking steps to prove to me it was nothing, and I believed her. Smack! Dude, how much pain do you have to go through to accept reality? The reality is she is a piece of something. Here we go with the alarm again. This is the thunderstorm alarm. When a big storm's coming, it does this in Florida. Okay, I'm back. No, this alarm is not near my house. Otherwise, I'd go lose my mind hearing this thing. Anyhow, guys, where was I? Oh, yeah, he's still not dumping her. He should be seeing a lawyer, finding out his options, good, bad, and ugly, and getting rid of her. And what do you think she's going to do? Well, on June 19th, she wakes up and tells me she's going to the yard to water her plants and call her friend. 5 minutes later, I grab my daughter's phone, and what do I see? Happy birthday, my love. I miss you, and I hope we'll meet again. Thank you for everything. Well, I confronted her again. That was my goodbye to him. He's blocked. It's over. She's texting him again from her new number to tell him it's over, which means he can now contact her. I said, no changing your number. No changing your number was the goodbye. What was the point of changing your number if you're going to contact him again? There you go. At this point, I was tired of all her lies, constantly giving her chances to be honest, and it was lie after lie. Well, that's how they operate. She says to me, you want me to leave? Give me a week. And I said, no, you're leaving right now. Good. And notice she has no problem with leaving, abandoning her daughter. You want to be with this guy? Let him take care of you and pay your phone bill. I go to the room to grab her drawer out and was planning to throw it out the window. Stop, that's embarrassing. I told her she can go whenever she wants, but she's not staying here and she's not taking my daughter. Hey, making it clear. I'm not going to have another man take care of my daughter. You're darn right about that. You think that Chad and Tyrone doesn't take care of daughters? She starts crying like crazy, of course. I'm not going anywhere, she says, without my daughter. You didn't think of her when you made the choice, then we'll both be miserable together. When everything calmed down, she tries to hug and kiss me. I told her no, I can't after finding out that those lips were on another man's you-know-what. All I can ask is why. What did I do to have you fall in the arms of another man? There's no way she's going to give this guy an honest answer. She says, I said, you don't know what it's like to look like me and have a younger man. Oh, she says, you don't know what it's like to look like me and have a younger man look at me and think I'm special. He made me feel special. Attention and validation every freaking time. Since then, I felt alone, insecure, and empty inside. Was I not good enough for her or to her? What did I do to deserve such betrayal? He didn't do anything. Again, she was complaining because she had to go shopping and cook and take care of you. Wouldn't you have done the same for her? He obviously gets injured and can't do things like he used to, and boom, she's done. This all plays in my mind every day. She says it was a mistake and she really loves and wants to be with me, but it's not the same anymore. I thought what we had was special, but once I got sick, everything went to hell. Well, she's sick. So much for the sickness and health part. I do not trust her anymore, nor do I love her anymore. I just want her to leave, but not with my daughter. Then you best hire a darn good attorney and hope like hell that things will work in your favor. I know this is a long read. If you read it, thank you. It's not okay. I really need to vent because I really don't have anywhere else to vent to. My only friend I thought I could trust betrayed me. Well, there you go. And so many guys make their wives their best friends. And a couple should be so close to each other. They could be great friends. But you can't have your wife being your sole best friend because sadly, look what happens. She was not a friend to you. She's not even a wife. She's a selfish a-hole. She probably married this dude because it was convenient, ring on her finger, good provider. But the second he couldn't provide right now because of his arthritis and pain, boom, she's on to somebody else and probably blamed him for it. So I hope this guy really accepts it's over, talks to a lawyer, and I don't know where he lives, but every place is different in terms of laws. The likelihood is the lawyer is going to tell him that you can't kick her out. It's her house, and she'll have to come back in the house, and he's going to be stuck with her, and there'll probably might be a reconciliation time before they can actually divorce. It's going to be a mess, but he can't stay with someone like this. And I'm glad he finally kicked her out, but holy mackerel, did he have to go through a lot of crap to reach that point. And this makes the point, guys, once a cheater, always a cheater. And I think the only truthful thing she said in this entire thing was when she was babbling on about how great it was to have some young man look at her and make her feel special. Attention and validation, it never stops. Now, I'll be looking for updates on this one. If you guys see it, let me know. Now, some comments here. Here's comments and him responding with more details. One guy says here, I know it's painful as hell to be cheated on and lied to. It's okay to leave her for cheating. It isn't okay to threaten to essentially withhold her child from her. Yeah, well, kiss my ass. And the dude who wrote this says, I know, but as crappy as it sounds, one day she told me she was going to a doctor's appointment with a friend, and we all should go to the park when she gets back. The iPhone has a tracking app for your phone, and I used it. She went on it to a rundown house in the crappy part of town, and I also Googled mapped. It's no doctor office in sight. When I called her, she said that there was a lot of people there, so she couldn't talk. I called again. She turned off her phone for the hour that she was there. She finally turns it back on and says the doctor's office had no service. She lied to the both of us. So this has been going on, and she's off going to the doctor's, but she's going to Chatter Tyrone's house. Another guy says to him, wow, that is painful to read. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Do not reconcile with her. She has no remorse except for getting caught. Get a lawyer, get a legal separation, go Grey Rock. Best of luck. I hope you find peace. And this guy says, exactly, that's the same thing I said. Every time I confronted her, she was speechless because I had the evidence in front of her. But I had to start taking pictures of the messages with my phone because she would delete everything after I read it aloud to her. Of course she was. And one more, this guy says, what a loathsome woman. She valued you, your child, your family, and your marriage less than the opportunity to get some strange DICK. She came home and kissed you with the mouth that was all over him, or she was too tired and stressed from work and didn't want to be touched. She was devious, deceitful, and lied to your face. She is not wife material. She wants the life of a single woman or a single mother. I'd oblige her. Welcome to the club that wants no new members. And he responds, and this is his last response, no, she is not. And as we spoke about trust again, she allowed me to see her phone, and she has nothing to hide anymore. I opened her Lyft app and checked ride history. She was seeing this guy nonstop from her job to his house. From my house, even a day she supposedly was going to the doctor's appointment with a friend. She told me those trips from the job to his house was because he was using the app to get to work. At this point, she lied so much, I stopped believing anything she says. Oh, and she deleted Lyft. Guess she couldn't stand the guilt of the evidence, or she didn't think I was smart enough to check. She's a compulsive liar. She's a compulsive cheater. This is not going to work. End it. Walk away. The sad thing is, usually a-holes like her get the house, get a decent amount of the assets aside from the house, part of his retirement, alimony, child support, and he's out of there. That's the worst freaking part. It's a disgrace. You think she's worthy or a right to be a mom, to take care of the kids? No freaking way. So we shall see. But anyhow, guys, there you go. And this is why every guy, before they get married, has got to do some serious detective work on who they're marrying. PI and that type of thing. So if there's an update, let me know, guys. So anyhow, kick them out. That's what they deserve. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.